Only the strongest people will be able to watch this video, because not every day do you get to hear stories of the world's most evil parents living among us like regular people. Just take a look at Joseph Fritzl. It's easy to think he's a regular man, but if you could only enter his mind, you would meet a twisted father who raped his daughter more than 3,000 times. While living in this house with his wife and 7 kids, he built a secret dungeon in their basement. It was a real devil's playground, all soundproofed and all built for his own daughter, Elizabeth. With meticulous planning, he successfully convinced everyone that his 18-year-old daughter ran away from home because she was difficult. And from then on, for the next 24 years, this devil would rape her inside his dungeon, making her give birth to 7 children. Imagine a young girl going through pregnancy and childbirth all alone in a tiny room 7 times. 1 baby died, 3 were taken away. Elizabeth went on to raise the rest of her half-kids, half-siblings as best as she could for years, until her daughter became dangerously ill. For an unexplainable reason, Joseph agreed to take her to the hospital, but with the young girl who had never been outside, doctors quickly figured out something was wrong, and after 24 years, the devil finally got caught. Joseph Fritz was hiding his tortured daughter in a secret dungeon, but this couple kept 13 of their tortured children hidden right in front of everyone's eyes. Because from outside, the Turpin family looked like a regular, happy family. Just look at them casually smiling in Disneyland. Just look at them renewing vows in Las Vegas with their kids. Just like Joseph Fritz, they seemed incredibly normal, but wait till you hear what they were like behind the closed doors.
I live in a family of 15 people, and my parents are abusing. They abuse us, and my 2 little sisters right now are chained up.
These people made their children go through absolute horror for years, locking them with chains and padlocks to their beds, letting them shower once a year, punishing them with beatings and strangulation, keeping them away from any human interaction by homeschooling them, and forcing them to work at night and sleep in the day. Joseph Fritz and the Turpin family both mastered living a double life. These faces could never reflect their rotten souls, just like the face of this young girl named Lauren could never reflect the absolute terror she had to go through. Lauren's mother, Barbie, gave her up for adoption when she was born. But 8 months later, she wanted her back, and the court unfortunately ruled in support of this. From then on, for 6 years, Barbie and her boyfriend put Lauren through absolute demonic tortures. They took turns to rape her and beat her up. They degraded her. She was forced to live in this closet. This 6-year-old girl was on her way to die. She had no food. It was so bad that she had to eat her own hair and plastic that she found lying around. But one day, to Lauren's luck, she was found. This is how she looked. No bigger than a 2-year-old, with abnormalities on her body. Yet, despite experiencing a hell on earth, she was still found with a smile.
She is supposed to love me and take care of me, and she tortured me.
A normal man, a happy family, a smiling girl. We humans are capable to hide the biggest pain behind the biggest smile. But above that, we are also capable to ignore the tragedies happening right next to us. Joseph's sister-in-law found his behavior towards Elizabeth strange long before she went missing. She once said,
"He took her everywhere with him. He didn't take the other children with him like that. Just Elizabeth."
Elizabeth's childhood friend also felt something was wrong. She said,
"Elizabeth laughed and had fun when we played together, but at home she was reserved. She didn't take part in everything."
Could her suffering be prevented if people pushed more to find her? The Turpin family, on the other hand, had suspecting neighbors.
She's getting concerned something's going on over there. you know, something's not right.
I could see the baby was in a playpen in the window, and she'd be there for hours, all day, all night, unsupervised.
How different would the Turpin children's lives be if they had reported these to the police? And last but not least, when Lauren's mother wanted her back, her adoptive parents told the court of bruises and rashes she always had after visitation, but the court ignored it. Could Lauren's tragedy be avoided if the justice system didn't fail her? We will never know how the past could have been changed, but we do know how we can change the future. Because right now, behind the closed doors of millions of homes, pain happens. Most often, it is not as extreme as in these stories, but it is ruining the lives of many children. I know it. Because all the way until I was 11 years old, I was living that life myself. I was being locked up in this very room that I sit in right now, all alone, with my mother beating me up regularly. At home, I was emotionally ruined, and at school, I was smiling. And I wish so much that someone back then could see through my fake smile, because I had good people around me. Just like they also had good people around them who could have done more. And so today I ask you to please don't ignore any signals. Don't say it's none of my business or they are probably just strict parents. If you see something, take an action. Because if you don't, it will get hidden for years in a secret dungeon, in a tiny closet, behind the facade of a big happy family, behind a normal everyday face that you pass on the streets. After all, we humans are capable to hide the biggest pain behind the biggest smile.